Hey guys, it's Kara from iStampin.com. Thanks for joining me today. Today I'm going to show you how to make these, or actually just make the one card on the left, a simple card using quite a bit of the retiring product that was announced earlier this week. So you can head on over to my blog, look for Monday's post, which would be April the 9th, and you will be able to download a PDF for the occasions as well as the annual catalog. I'm going to show you how I made the card on the left. The one on the right was the first card that I made, and I just thought it was a little too simple. I mean, it's still a pretty card, but I just wanted to amp it up a little bit, so I'm going to show you how I did that. So this is the stamp set that I'm using. It's called Just Add Text. It is a retiring stamp set. It's in the back of the annual catalog, and really it's a really nice set. It has wonderful sentiments, and I'm kind of sad that I didn't use it more often until just now, so I hope to use it a couple more times before the end of May. The other thing that I'm going to be using is the Soft Skies cardstock, as well as the Island Indigo ink pad and cardstock. So those two colors are part of the retiring color revamp. That ribbon is from the Occasions catalog. That's our 3/8 inch lemon lime twist mini striped ribbon. Absolutely love this ribbon. It ties bows so easily. So if this is a spool of ribbon that you've really enjoyed, I highly recommend snagging another roll before it sells out. And then I'm just using the Fresh Florals Designer Series paper. That's that scalloped square in the background, and then just our stitched layering framelits as well as our layering squares. Alright, so you're going to start off with a piece of Soft Sky cardstock. Again, this is a retiring color, and I've just cut this down to 8.5 by 5.5, and I'm going to score it at 4 1/4 using my Simply Scored scoring board. So once you score it, then we're going to fold it in half and burnish it with our bone folder. And this makes a regular A2 size card, so once it's folded, it's 5.5 by 4 1/4. So what you will do next is go ahead and cut another piece of Soft Sky cardstock. This is just a 1/4 inch smaller, so it measures 5 1/4 by 4. And I ran this through the embossing folder, or I ran this through the Big Shot using the Hexagons 3D Dynamic Texture Impressions embossing folder. That's a mouthful. So this is a really nice embossing folder. I need to pull this out more often. I'm not quite sure why I don't use it, but just love the texture that it added. You can use the deboss side or the emboss side. I'm going to use the raised emboss side, and I'm just going to adhere it to the card front using SNAIL. Now, because it is heavily textured, you do want to use a little bit more adhesive than normal. So you see there that I put probably an extra 2 strips of SNAIL on the back, and I'm just layering that onto the card base, and just love that tone-on-tone look. It's such a classic, beautiful, elegant look. To do the stamping, I am going to be using Whisper White cardstock. So you just want to get a piece of cardstock that's large enough to cut out the stitched shaped square. So again, I'm just using Island Indigo ink. And then you will want to use the second largest stitched square. And just die cut that out on your Big Shot. And while you're die cutting that, go ahead and die cut out a plain square using Island Indigo cardstock, the square that's going to layer behind the stamped square. And then you will also want to get the scallop square that will layer behind the Island Indigo square. So you should be able to die cut all 3 pieces at once so that you only have to do, use it or have it pass through one time, if that makes sense, if you understand what I'm saying. Alrighty, so I'm just showing you that this is another item that is retiring, the Fresh Florals Designer Series paper along with the cardstock, the Island Indigo cardstock and ink. So I highly recommend, if there are items that you are wanting to stock up on before the retirement list expires, which really it's while supplies last, guys, or through the end of May. But the colors and paper usually are the first things to go. So just as a reminder, I really recommend getting those items here very shortly. The other thing that I did is I checked the inventory status report. That is a report that demonstrators have access to that shows us what's already sold out or on low inventory. And as of April 11th, these items are still in stock, but that's not to say that they won't be selling out here shortly. So I don't mean to be like, beating a dead horse, but I just don't want you to lose out on things that you want to get just because you just weren't quick enough. All right, so you saw that I adhered the stamped square onto the Island Indigo using Dimensionals. And then I'm just going to use Snail to adhere the Island Indigo square onto the scallop square. And I just love the color combination of the Lemon Lime Twist, Island Indigo, and Soft Suede. It's a shame that I haven't used this color combination more. I need to. To me, it just screams spring, summer, just something fresh. I just love it. So I'm going to be adhering that towards the top part of the card, not right there in the middle. And I'm going to adhere it again with Dimensionals. So this card has a lot of dimension with the embossing folder and then the items being popped up. So I'm just going to adhere it right there. And then the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and tie a bow with that beautiful ribbon. If you're like me and really enjoy ribbons that tie easily and you're able to make a beautiful bow pretty much the first time, you're going to love it. And I think if you are a ribbon tire, I think you'll understand what I mean. So I'm just going to fiddle with that, get that to the size that I want, and then I am going to adhere it to the bottom part of the white square using our mini glue dots. I'm going to go ahead and use 2 just because this is a little bit thicker ribbon. Want to make sure that it's adhered well. I'm just going to mush the bow into the glue dots where the knot is, and then I'm just going to trim down the tails, and that card is all done. It's a very simple but really elegant card, especially with that embossed background. So I really hope that you like it. I'm going to show you what I did with the other card. This one's really simple. So it's the same components. The only thing that I did differently is obviously you can see that I did not emboss the card panel. But the other thing that I did is I wrapped the ribbon around the panel before I adhered it to the card base. So I just tied a bow and I put the squares together just like I did on the other card and just put it off to the side. So you can see that it's the exact same card, just only thing I did differently is I embossed that card panel, so you can really see what embossing can do to a card and really make it pop. So again, that was the Just Add Text stamp set that is retiring. Really, guys, everything that I used today is retiring other than the Whisper White cardstock and the adhesive. So, and the framelits. So everything else is on our retirement list. I'm sad to see it go. I just love, like I said, I love the colors together, and I hope that you give it a shot. As a reminder, give this video a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and head on over to iStampin.com to see what April's host code is, as well as your free class. So when you purchase for me, you get the class for free, and you also get a free gift with that hostess code. Bye, guys.